Hi guys, welcome back to Counseling Minus the Bull with Candace. So I'm up late, I can't sleep, and I really wanted to make this video, right? Because like I said, when I'm going on this journey, love, growth, and healing, on this educational journey, on this career journey, I want to share all the gems that I'm kind of learning on the way, right? So I already kind of shared that basically the road to LPC for me has been kind of trial and error, right? And it's just so lucky that I have the people that I can kind of talk to with questions and quarter, so to speak, right? So I don't necessarily have like a example person in my life that's like really at a close grip. So I just take little pieces and things from everyone that I come across to kind of make 2 and 2 to equal 4. So if you're new to this channel, basically we start by check-ins, and basically the check-in is how are you doing? In so many words, right? So you can type it in below. You can do a dance move. You can do an emoji. You can do an expression. You can do lyrics. Whatever you feel is best, as long as it's positive and as long as it's appropriate. So let's get started. My check-in, I guess it will be a facial expression, and I'm feeling like, that's my face. Like literally, I'm confused, but I'm excited. So guys, let's go ahead and start. So this video is going to be about CAQH profile and then also NPI. Okay, so let me backstep just a little bit. So the other video I kind of did like an update and review, and I was talking about being offered a position with my professor. What ended up happening was it ended up being kind of a wait in between. So in that process, I interviewed for another place, and I actually got the position. So I'm kind of at a hard, what's the terminology? At a hard, anyway, I'm kind of at a crossroads about the 2 different offers. Anyway, so this other office is at a private practice. So this kind of brought about me learning about CAQH profiles and also about the NPI. Let's talk about the NPI first. So the NPI is I believe, a national provider's identification number, right? So this is the number that's used for billing as far as you billing your clients as a therapist, mental health therapist, and then also being paneled with insurance, right? That kind of leads to the CAQH profile. So the NPI. So this is the number that your individual number that you use to bill your clients that you're seeing as a therapist, right? And then so what you do with this number, basically what I did was go ahead and go to a website. I think it was Npis. You can also put in, like in Google, get your NPI number. So when I did it, it was actually free. I don't know if it's COVID or a pandemic or whatever the case may be, but it was actually free, right? So go in, you put in your info. You have to, let me kind of see. You have to have some information regarding, I guess, where you will be practicing. So if you're in a private practice, you're going to have some information regarding like the address. And that's just kind of how was explained to me based on, the private practice I'm going to. So it asks us like for an address. You can use your home address, and kind of you want to have the address on it because if they have any problems or you need any verification of any info, you want to have your address somewhere so they can contact you, right? And if you're putting down a business or you put down a private practice, which is the 2 options of addresses, you can go ahead and make sure that it's a place where they can receive that notice as well. So yeah, you want to have some good addresses on there. It asks about your personal addresses, I believe, What else was on there? It asks you, are you a sole proprietor? So under my, so it says, is your provider sole proprietor? So based on me finding out what that was, my understanding is like ownership, right? Your owner. However, I was told that I was a sole proprietor as a therapist working in a private practice. So yeah, these are questions like you will have no idea as you are like just starting your career as a LPC. You will have no idea about any of this stuff, right? So it's super helpful to kind of have somebody along the way where you can ask questions or you can watch some videos, because some of this stuff is going to be trial and error, right? You're going to learn from watching these videos. You're going to learn from having to ask people that you come across along the way, or having some friends or some family members who've kind of set this path or done this path prior. Okay, so NPI. So that's a little bit about the application. It's free. The two things that kind of tripped me up was, putting the correct addresses on there, and also the sole proprietor question. Is your provider sole proprietor? Yes. So then basically what happened was I got my NPI number kind of within 24 hours, very short. So the next step was completing a CAQH profile. And basically how I found that out was through another position that I was offered to me that didn't kind of work out. It was like a virtual position, and basically you needed to be fully licensed, meaning LCPC, to do it. But I didn't find out until like the process. So anyway, so I made like a temp profile. I didn't submit it, so I just started a profile and saved it. So I was able to kind of go back and complete that profile. And the CAQH, I believe, is also used for billing as well. And it's has something to do with like the insurance panels. So with private practice, the insurance panels, I mean like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicaid, things like that, who you will be basically receiving payments from. And it kind of goes back to the NPI, because you have to have a NPI number to complete your CAQH. Well, that's kind of how it was described, but also you can do the CAQH profile. They do have an option where you can put you don't have your NPI, and they kind of have a little guidance of how you can get it. I believe so. Yes. Okay. Because when I was making the first attempt, it was a little like bullet to say you don't have it yet. So there is an option. Okay. So CAQH, this profile is pretty thorough, right? So it is a section about your employment. So all of the positions you have had. For me, I've put the relevant positions as far as towards LPC. And then it is talking about, your personal information, asks for your NPI number. It asks about education. Where did you go to school, basically? So I just put, my undergraduate. I put my master's, of course, on there. And then what else is on there? It asks about credential contact. So that's that person that is that contact that can be contacted regarding your credentials. So I went ahead and put the person as far as the private practice, at the private practice that will be handling my credential process, right? Yeah, I'm saying the right words. It also asks us to name like a staff person as well. So I end up using the same person for naming the staff person also as a contact. It asks us about, yeah, it has a so it asks about your specialties. If you have any specialties, it asks about your skills and experience. So it's like different check boxes. So about trauma, if you have experience with traumas, substance abuse, teens, adults, children, anxiety, depression, the different specialties, right? It asks us about, I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. So there's tough questions. So you have to have some info about the place that you will be practicing. So it asks us about like the address. It asks us about tax ID number, their NPI number. It's just a lot of stuff you will have to kind of walk through, and they will have to, your employer will have to kind of walk you through. So there's two different types of NPIs. I forgot to mention there's a type 1, which is the one that you kind of apply for yourself. And there's a type 2 when you have like your own business or you have your like an organization. So if you have an organization, you have to complete a type 1 for yourself individually and a type 2 for your organization. Okay, and come back to CAQH. You will have to have both of those numbers for there on your profile. And so even if you don't have a type 2, you put in your organization or, your employer's type 2 NPI. I know that's what I did. They asked like for a little summary about, what you'll be doing with the organization. Asks about business hours. It asks us about different accessibilities. Now, I don't know if it's super detailed, like how much everyone have to fill in regarding this profile, but this is the information that I was inputting into the profile, and I'm still not finished with this, so I still have to go back. The parts that you have to go back. So there's 2 forms on there that you have to upload, and it's just like a release form and forms that you have to sign. And then they also ask for your liability insurance. So going back, liability insurance. So I actually got my counseling liability insurance when I started to do practicum, which was basically when you started to cancel classmates, or when you started to cancel internship, or when you started to cancel in the real world, right? So yeah, so you have to have proof of that. I also was provided with a like a W-2 form, W-9 form, if I'm not mistaken, to upload. So I have to upload these documents, and then I'll be completed. So after that, you go ahead, I guess you get a CAQH ID number, and then I have to provide that to the private practice I'll be starting with. So the 2 steps I had to complete: NPI number, and that was to be able to bill for seeing clients, and then a CAQH, which I believe is also to do with billing, and then also with the insurance that you'll be working with. So my understanding with the private practice, I'll be working with children, adults, adolescents. I'm going to be seeing people with some Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance. That's all I know as of now. We'll kind of see. I keep you guys updated as I always do. But I definitely was like kind of confused, and I'm still am. still am, guys, about this process. I basically had to watch a YouTube video. So there is a video for NPIs and how to fill it out. Thank God for that video. Now, I was able to, kind of ask for help with the person that I'm contacted with for this private practice position. However, this video on YouTube for NPIs is everything. It's like it walks you through the pages. So if I'm not clear enough, look it up, because it's super helpful. I think it's even from 3 years ago, but it is still, it does wonders, okay? These videos are so helpful. So yeah, just break that down. And then the CAQH, I'm pretty sure they probably had some videos, but I literally had, someone from the private practice to walk me through, because they have to give you this information to put in your tax ID, the NPI number, you know, accessibility, the business hours, the location. Like, you have to have all of that. The contact, the credential contact information. Like, so I'm pretty sure, you know, it'll be somebody to kind of walk you through, like someone walked me through, because you need that information. I guess the suggestions would be, make sure you have a copy of your counseling liability insurance. I know that things kind of change, so usually when I renewed mine, I would get a copy. However, I know this year I had to actually request a copy, and I can't remember if it took any time. So, you know, just keep a copy of your credential. I mean, just keep a copy of your liability insurance. And then, like I said, you need those 2 forms for sure. The release forms, but you'll be able to print it from there, off the CAQH website. Yeah. I'm trying to see, is there any other suggestions that I can think of that kind of stood out to me in this process? Ask questions, guys. Like, so even for me, as I'm continuing to go along, like, I know it's sometimes, you know, you don't want to ask questions, or you may feel like you're embarrassed to ask questions. Do it, right? No one has the answers, and the best way you're going to learn is to actually do it and do trial and error, just like I'm doing. I'm going to encourage you guys to continue on this journey of love, growth, and healing. If you are an aspired counselor, welcome. And this is maybe some of the things that you're going to walk into. And you will have a little, you know, direction, a little steer as you're going. And definitely, you're supported, guys. Thank you for watching. Just want to kind of give you the little tips and the updates and make a video. This is really actually a long video. I'll see you next time. I think I'm going to make a video seriously about trauma. So you'll see me soon, guys. Bye. Oh yeah, guys, thanks for subscribing. We're 130 subscribers, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm also on Instagram at Counseling Minus the Bull. And I do like quotes. I'm trying to get better and trying to get back on the schedule with everything, but I'm kind of in a learning phase right now. So be patient, guys, but thanks for all your support, and thanks for continuing to support, and I hope this was helpful. See ya.